Does your child have emotional outbursts over very small things? Like you packed a different snack than usual, their schedule changed without a warning, or they lost a game, or they couldn't get an answer right away. One moment, everything seems fine. And the next moment, there is crying, screaming, and complete shutdown. It feels like they are overacting, or they are being dramatic, or they are being difficult. In that moment, most parents ask themselves the same question: why does my child lose control over tiny things but seem completely okay at other times? It feels confusing and it feels exhausting. And it often makes parents doubt themselves, especially when the trigger looks so small. And then comes the question parents ask me all the time: what do I do in the moment without yelling, bribing, or giving in? Because you've tried to stay calm, you've tried reasoning, you've tried consequences, you even tried fixing the problem just to make it stop. But yet, the meltdowns keep happening. The answer is actually simpler than it sounds, but it requires a shift away from stopping the behavior and towards supporting regulation. Before we talk about what to do, we need to understand why our children melt down over small things. The truth is that meltdown is almost never about the small thing. The small thing is just the final trigger. Think of your child's emotional capacity like a bucket. Every demand, every transition, frustration, or unmet need adds to that bucket. Poor sleep fills in, hunger fills in, sensory overload fills in, emotional stress fills in. And when the bucket is already full, even a tiny problem makes it overflow. But when the bucket is not full, your child can handle the same situation just fine. It's the same child, same environment, but different state of their nervous system. This explains why your child can fall apart over socks one day and handle disappointment calmly the next day. It's not inconsistency, it's their capacity on that particular day. This brings us to a question parents often wonder silently, sometimes with guilt. Am I making these outbursts worse without realizing it? The honest answer is sometimes yes. And not because you're doing anything wrong, but because most of us were never taught how emotional regulation actually develops. When your child is overwhelmed, we parents naturally try to stop the behavior quickly. We say things like, it's not a big deal, you're overreacting, or calm down right now. Sometimes we just give in to restore the peace. These reactions make sense in the moment because you're tired, you're stressed, and you want to stop the noise. But to your child's brain, these responses can feel like emotional rejection. The emotional brain hears that your feelings are not safe here. And when the brain feels unsafe, it stays on high alert. The meltdown would last longer. And over time, the outbursts can become more intense, not less. To understand why this happens, we need to look inside their brain. Your child's emotional brain is called amygdala. It works like an alarm system. Its job is to keep the body safe. And for children, danger is not just physical. Frustration, disappointment, loss of control, and feeling rushed, they all register as threats. And when the amygdala senses threat, it reacts instantly. There's crying, there's yelling, there's hitting, there's shutting down. And these are not their choices in the moment, they're automatic responses. At the same time, their thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex, is still developing. This is a part of the brain that controls logic, impulse control, emotional regulation, and problem solving. It is immature. And in older children and teens, it goes offline under stress. Brain research clearly shows that when emotions rise, access to logic drops. And that's why your child can seem reasonable and cooperative at one moment and completely overwhelmed the next moment. That's not defiance, that's neurodevelopment. And this is why children don't learn calm by being controlled. They learn calm through co regulation. Co regulation means that your calm nervous system or adult's calm nervous system helps a child nervous system settle. So before our children can self regulate, they must borrow regulation from the caregiver. This is not permissive parenting. This is how their brain learns safety, control, and emotional balance. So, what does it look like in real life? What do you do in the moment without yelling, bribing, or giving in? First step is regulating yourself. This is the most important step. Remember, your child's nervous system borrows yours. If your voice is sharp, your body is tense, you're breathing fast, your child is going to read danger. So you slow down, lower your voice, relax your posture, unclench your jaw, say less. And your calm is not just helpful, it's essential. The second step is naming the emotion instead of addressing the behavior. Simple statements like you're frustrated or that was disappointing would help calm your child's emotional brain. Naming the feelings has been shown to reduce the reactive activation of amygdala and bring the thinking brain back online. You're not agreeing with the behavior, but you're helping their brain organize what they're experiencing. The third step is allowing the feeling while keeping the boundaries. This is where many parents struggle. You might say something like, "You're allowed to be angry, but I won't let you hit." Or "You can cry, but I won't let you throw things." This teaches two critical lessons at the same time. Emotions are acceptable, but boundaries are stable. And your child needs both. The fourth step is staying close to your child and quiet. Do not lecture. You do not need to fix things right away. Your calm presence does the work. You sit nearby, you can offer touch if your child wants it, or give space if they don't want it. Calm silence would help the nervous system reset faster than words. The final step is teaching later, not during the meltdown. Once your child is calm, then you can reflect. You can talk about what was hard, what might help the next time, and how to handle similar situations differently. Learning only happens when the brain feels safe. Over time, this approach does something powerful. It teaches your child that emotions are manageable, not dangerous, that support is available when they feel overwhelmed, that self control grows with guidance and not punishment. These are not short term behavior tricks, these are lifelong emotional skills. Remember, the big emotional reactions to small problems is not manipulation. Your child is not seeking attention, and they are not a sign that you're failing as a parent. They're a sign of overwhelmed brain of your child asking for help. When you respond to the brain instead of just the behavior, everything would begin to change. If your child has frequent, intense, or prolonged outbursts, it is important that you look deeper and seek support. Chronic sleep deprivation, hunger, excessive screen exposure, sensory overload, etc., everything can lower down a child's regulation threshold. This is not about labeling your child, it's about understanding their nervous system and supporting it appropriately. If this video helped you, share it with another parent who feels stuck in daily meltdowns.